To give you a little news on the World Series, of course, I played yesterday and got eliminated yesterday. I played for 12 hours straight, which, I've never done that in a live poker tournament or even online. I've come close. Online, I played like 8.5 hours, but live play, man, that really does wear you down mentally. I made a bad move. Three, 4 of spades. I raised pre-flop, and got called by one guy who just so happens to be still in the tournament, but yeah, he probably donked it off anyway. But yeah, he called me down. I raised like 3,200 or something like that more pre-flop. Flop came up crap, really. On the turn, well, the flop was checked in between us. The turn gave me an open-ended straight draw, and there was no 3-card flushes out there. I checked. He bet 4,000, and I called, and the river came a brick. Well, not really a brick. It actually came a flush card and an overcard to the board. And I checked again, and he bet 4 grand. It's not like I can push there, being that put my tournament life online, pushing for 12 grand more when there's already 13, 14 grand in the pot, giving him, more than 2 to 1 to call. That'd be a horrible shove. Besides the fact that he probably did have something, at least a pair, 2 pair, I have no clue. In all honesty, the World Series this year, I played a great game of poker. The first 6 hours, it wasn't like I was on fire or anything, but I did turn, 4,500 in chips to 25,000. That was my high point, about 25,000, maybe a little bit more. But man, I was making great calls, great plays, and great reads. It was amazing. There was a hand that, even though it was checked all the way to the river, and then this guy tries to steal it, with the pot size bet, and all I have is ace high. I sat there for a little bit, for about maybe 30 seconds or so, and I called him down. And when I called him down, I took my ace 10 and I slapped it on the table, and he just mucked his hand. He said, "I don't see how you make that call with ace high." And there was another hand where I had a pair of 7s. It was middle pair, and there was a lot of action on the flop, turn, and river. And this guy bets out pretty decent sized bet at that current time. He bet 900 on the river, and I contemplated that for a little bit, and just decided that he was full of shit, and I called him down with a little pair of 7s and won the pot. I flipped over. As a matter of fact, it was a 7-5 I had, and I think I raised that one pre-flop. But I won. So that's good, right? It's not that I played a lot of shitty hands or anything like that. Matter of fact, I played really tight. I mean, like every time I got king, queen, and there was a raise, I didn't call, even though if it was suited. I didn't play really hardly anything. The only reason why I played some of those shit hands like 3-4 suited and the 7-5 was basically because I hadn't played so many hands to that point. So whatever I've raised with, I can be getting credit for hands like ace king, aces, or kings queen, so forth. It's just all about the image. Sure, I raised with a 3-4 or 7-5, but what do they think it is? And that's all that matters in poker. Yeah, overall the World Series was great. Playing for 12 hours, it was great. It was an honor. I placed 440th place. That's not official or anything. I just looked over at the screen. and sometimes they delayed the update, but I could have got like maybe sooner, maybe 439th or 438th, but around in that area. I was generally about 130 or so away from the money, and there was like 2,700 people in there. It was great. It was a good time. I've been gambling, of course, you know. John in Vegas is like taking a little kid and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to get you a nice little birthday present. I'm going to send you in this candy shop and everything is free. Kid, he's just grabbing a lot of candy. Played the Bellagio again today, which was really fun. And I was doing well-ish. I was up about $35, you know, in the first 15 minutes or so. And then I just started to become bet happy, which is not something that you want to do at the Bellagio. Because, you know, people have a disposable income that play at the Bellagio. And money doesn't mean too much. So I'm trying to, you know, show myself as that kind of guy. Like, I don't care about a couple hundred or 400, 500, 600. You know, I just want that image. So, yeah, in other words, I dropped 200 at the Bellagio tonight. And Jay sat down and he made, he turned 200 into 600, a little over 600 in about 30, 40 minutes. He busted that entire 600 tonight, and he rebought for 200 more. And, you know, I just got off the phone with him. He said, yeah, I rebought for 200 more. I got that thing up to 680. So he's up 280 now. He's got 400 invested. I definitely wish him luck. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, you're kind of happy for losing $200 at the Bellagio. I went over to video poker. I played the double bonus. Danny last night made like $1,400 on video poker. He got like 3-4 quads and he got a royal flush. Man, he was on fire with video poker. And I thought, you know what? What does he got that I don't besides luck? Which it's kind of hard to have luck when you really don't believe in it. But besides the fact, after I dropped 200 at the Bellagio, I went and played some video poker. And I played it for about 15 minutes or so with a 20. And I played about 40, 50 hands. And eventually I came up with pocket aces. Well, not pocket aces, but I had aces within the 5 cards. And of course, you're supposed to pick your pair, and hopefully you get 4 of a kind. I picked the aces, and bam, 4 aces. 4 aces. And I was betting the max bet. It ended up being $200. So, aka, I just got my money back that I dropped in the poker room. And I thought, you know, I want to leave Bellagio a little up. I'm going to go a little up in Bellagio. I saw Pai Gow poker, and Pai Gow, man, that is kind of fun. I've never played that before. What Pai Gow is, you gotta make your best 2-card hand, you gotta make your best 5-card hand, and both of them has to beat the dealer's 2-card hand and 5-card hand to get paid off 1-to-1. And well, it's almost 1-to-1. They didn't pay me off 1-to-1 when I won my hand. I ended up winning with my 5-card hand was 7s and 4s, 2 pair. My 2-card hand was ace-10. And the dealer's 2 cards were Jack-9. And I told the dealer right after he made that little Jack-9 combination, I said, man, Jack-9 never wins. I don't know what you're doing that for. So I won generally 15. Just a little under, like 75 cents under. He gave me a quarter. I went to roulette, and I bet on black again. I put the whole 30 on black, because why not? Just because I can. And yeah, I prayed to something, and I hit. Why not? Thought to myself, every time I went to the Bellagio, I've come up. So I just got to continue the streak ever since the first time I went.